now, Broad Street Sports, the best Philly sports podcast.
Yo, everybody, before we get into this episode, I would like to say happy Thanksgiving. Please stay safe. Please enjoy the time with your family. Enjoy the food. Enjoy the football that's going to be on, even though it's a disastrous slate. But have fun. Enjoy the time with your family. Enjoy the food. But I just want to come on here and say I'm thankful for every single one of you guys that tune into every podcast, all the subscribers that have been with me for a long time, and all the new guys that watch me. I appreciate and love every single one of you. We're going to keep growing. We're going to keep doing this. I appreciate you. Make sure you like and subscribe, and let's get into the show. The Sixers fall to the Houston Rockets tonight and are now 3-14 on the year, the worst record in the Eastern Conference. And here's the best part about all of this. The Rockets played on the road last night and went to overtime in Minnesota, caught a flight past midnight to Philly, go into overtime tonight and looked faster, looked more energized, looked and played with better urgency. I actually bought into the Sixers tonight. The Sixers started to play with fight. They started to score. They started to make that game interesting. And I actually bought into the Sixers were going to win that game. Foolish me, right? This is rock bottom. I don't know if you can go. I don't know where you can go from here. Another game without Paul George, without Embiid. No Caleb Martin or Kyle Lowry on the court tonight. The Rockets came in and they played with more enthusiasm. That's what it is. They came in, they played with more enthusiasm. And the best part about this Houston Rockets team is that they're young, they're scrappy. I wouldn't even say they're young, they're fast, they can shoot, and they will wipe your ass off the floor. And that's exactly what they did with the Sixers tonight. I'm done. I'm done. I don't know how much longer I can continue to subject myself to this bullshit that I'm watching on the basketball court. It's not fun basketball. It's not fun basketball when your team puts up 33 three-pointers and only makes 12 of them. It's not fun when your team makes you believe, makes you start to think maybe they will win the game tonight, and they absolutely stiff it to you. There's one tiny little positive in this game tonight that I saw, which we'll get into later. But this is new rock bottom. This is new rock bottom. I have no idea where to go from here. No idea. Because I just don't remember a Sixers team being this incompetent. I just don't remember it. There's a lot to get into, but I'm lost. I'm frustrated. I'm lost. I'm tired of my basketball team not being able to score, not being able to win. I want to know why they can't win. Why can't Nick Nurse drum up some sort of a game plan that can increase our odds of winning the basketball game? I want to know why we are not forcing Embiid and Paul George and Caleb Martin and Kyle Lowry to step onto the court. If you want to throw them onto the court in limited minutes, that's fine. But you have to make these guys step on the court. I don't know where to start. I don't know how to get it because this is totally nuts. It's totally frustrating to me that we have a basketball team with potential. This is a legitimately potential, well-playing basketball team. I just don't know. I don't know where it is with this team. I don't know why this team is so incompetent. I don't know why this team doesn't care. It's bad. It's really bad. It's so bad. It really is. I don't. So let's get into this, right? So I have some notes here, and I keep getting on tangents because my brain is all over the place. It's all over the place right now. Let's start with this. Tyrese Maxey did everything he possibly could tonight to win the Sixers a basketball game. Everything he could have possibly done tonight. 39 points, 40-something minutes. Outstanding from him tonight. And that's what that's what I expect from Tyrese Maxey. I'm not saying every night. That's not what I'm saying. But I expect basketball, a high level of efficiency, a high level of guard play, a high level of leadership from Tyrese Maxey every single night. Because without him, I actually have no idea where this basketball team would be. No idea. The starting lineup tonight was just quite the lineup, the roster that played tonight was absolutely ridiculous. But when you really look deeper and you really break things down, this was the best possible rotation they could have done tonight. Ricky Council getting a lot of legitimate minutes. KJ Martin getting minutes. Drummond, I mean, it's like, I don't get it. Don't get it. Ricky Council tonight. Obviously, I was a big supporter in Ricky Council actually going to play basketball. Like, I was all in favor of him playing. He showed up to play. He got 12 points. It was good to see Oubre on the court as well. But Jared McCain, here's what I want to touch on. Jared McCain has been playing really, really well. And I will absolutely 5,015% agree and admit that he has been playing out of his mind. He drops you. He gets off to a hot start, by the way. He scored like 8 points right off the bat. 8 points right off the bat. And then he only ends up scoring 15 throughout the entire game. Throughout the entire game, he scores 15 points. Now, let's just say McCain drops 20, 25, 30. Sixers win this basketball game tonight. Sixers win this basketball game tonight. And, I'm not throwing pressure on him. I'm not attacking him. I'm not saying that he's a problem or he's in the equation of the problem. Because we should not be relying on a rookie to carry this basketball team at all. Especially when you have high-name guys like Paul George, like Embiid. He's allowed to have an off night. And he had it tonight. He had it. It's fine. Shit happens. But I just want to put it in the retrospect that just imagine he drops 20 points, 25 to 30 points. Sixers win this basketball game. Now, obviously, there's a lot more factors that go into the Sixers winning the basketball game. But let's not forget, we're not used to him dropping just 15, right? We're used to McCain going out there dropping 30, 35, 25. So 15 to us feels like a total downward spike. It's not. He's a rookie. And we should not be relying on him to win us basketball games. We really shouldn't. We really, really, really shouldn't. Another thing that just needs to be touched on, and it's insane that we're still having these conversations. The Sixers would have won this basketball game tonight if Embiid and Paul George and Caleb Martin wanted to step on the basketball court. Now, I think that this, look, as much as we blame the Sixers' struggles on Embiid and Paul George and Caleb Martin not stepping on the court, I think that these struggles go way deeper than we believe. I don't think now, looking into it, that it just stops and ends with Embiid and Paul George. This goes a long way. And somebody's got to find the root cause, the root problem of what the problem is. Because obviously we want Embiid and Paul George to play. But nobody knows. I truly believe there's an underlying issue somewhere with this basketball team. Somewhere. And it doesn't just end with Embiid. It doesn't just end with Paul George. There's serious issues here. And another thing that I truly think has to be discussed is Nick Nurse. I think his job's on. I think he's on the hot seat. I think you could be seeing him being fired soon. And we're going to get into that here. And it's insane. It's insane. It's insane that we're at this point. It's insane that I'm here and I'm saying that the Sixers are going to fire Nick Nurse. Here we go. I think the Sixers are at the point right now where you could see Nick Nurse being fired very, very soon. Because I don't know how much longer you can go with a coach that's coaching this team and you're 3-14, you're losing games you should be winning, you're getting absolutely wiped off your home court. You play with no fight. You play with no urgency. It looks like he has no game plan. His rotations are pitiful. I think that you could really, really see Nick Nurse being fired very soon. The team can't go on like this. I know Embiid and Paul George, they are a major part of the problems with this team. But then again, I can't see a head coach of a basketball team being able to go much longer when your team cannot win, when your team can't score, when your team literally can't do anything. I don't know how you can keep a coach. And I like Nick Nurse, but I've hit reality. I've hit the brick wall. He's done. He's done. And it's unfortunate. It's sad. The team's forced them to this. He's been pushed to the edge. It's a joke. It's a joke. And the Sixers had this game too. That was the best part. Here, this is the last thing I want to touch on. They fooled me. The Sixers fooled me tonight. They actually made me believe that they were going to win this basketball game. In the fourth quarter, when they were down by 10, and they came back, they clawed back, and they got a lead. Then they forced it and went into overtime. I genuinely thought that the Sixers were somehow going to pull this off. Foolish me. Stupid me for believing in this Sixers team. They got me. They pulled me in. And they got me. Now, I actually sat here and thought that they could win a basketball game. And that's the typical Sixers, though. Typical Sixers, they drug you in. They drag you in. They suck you in. and then they absolutely just spike it to you. They absolutely spike it to you. They stiff you. That's what this team does. This team is a bunch of stiffs. It's a joke. The last thing, now this is really the last thing I want to touch on here, so we'll make this quick. The only positive from this game tonight against the Rockets, the only positive I have tonight from the Sixers, and this is contradicting myself, but I don't care at this point. I was proud. I wouldn't say I was proud. So we're going to restart this. The only somewhat positive thing I saw out of this team, out of this Sixers, the only somewhat positive thing I saw out of this Sixers team tonight was the fact that they were able to drum up points. They were able to drum up fight. They were able to put up a fight. They were able to make me believe, and they were able to do all of this without Joel Embiid and Paul George. So again, we're going to say this again, folks. The only somewhat positive thing I saw out of this Sixers team tonight, and I may be contradicting myself, but it was how the team played tonight without Paul George and without Joel Embiid. Because in recent games, we've seen them just fall over, curl into a ball, and give up. But tonight, Maxey took control as he usually does, and the team actually put up a fight. Obviously, they didn't win the basketball game. But they put up a fight. They scored. They forced it into overtime. They tried to defend their home court. Now, I'm not saying that this is that they're turning a page because these bench warmers were able to put up a fight. It's not what I'm saying. But this was a step in the, I wouldn't even say it's a step in the right direction. It's a step. It's a short, little, tiny step. Because in recent games, you would see this team fall over and curl into a ball without Embiid and Paul George. But tonight, they stood their ground. They fought hard. They scored. They played with a little bit of urgency at the end. They forced it in overtime against a nice little Rockets team. Obviously, they didn't win. It's unfortunate. And it's really, 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 it's done. It's done. It's done. I'm angry. I'm upset. I'm over the Sixers team. It is what it is. I mean, it really is. But, yeah, if you guys made it this entire way, I appreciate and love every single one of you. I really, really do. I just want to say again, make sure you like, subscribe, comment, share this to people you know. And if you actually did stay to the end, again, happy Thanksgiving. I really do love and appreciate every single one of you. You guys are the best. Thank you all for tuning in to the Sixers post-game show. I appreciate it. Thank yous. Have a good night.